tomorrow. He's in the Birmingham area where storms are just to the west of Birmingham right now. Jeff, can you see the ominous clouds building overhead?
Boy, I'll tell you, Vivian, it is ominous is definitely the word here. You can see Birmingham behind me. I don't know if you can see how fast the clouds, the low-grade clouds, are moving from the left-hand part of the screen to the right-hand part of the screen, but they're zipping along here. We've had some pretty high wind gusts up here. I would say gusting to about 30 miles an hour occasionally. You know, I have to hold on to my hat almost like we're in a little bit of a tropical storm or hurricane. We even had a tree snap off not too far away from us, and we even haven't had the big thunderstorms coming yet. But I got to tell you, that one big storm you mentioned is just off to our west. We think that one will move by, and we'll probably be able to show it to you as it goes by here in the next 45 minutes or so. But the ones we're really concerned about are off to our southwest. Those will move through Tuscaloosa, and they'll head up our way probably within the next hour or so. Those all have tornado warnings on them. Let's go to Greg Forbes. And Greg, again, that one near or north of Tuscaloosa, that's a pretty impressive storm right now.
Yeah, and there's one that is coming right toward Tuscaloosa, a pair of very, very dangerous supercell thunderstorms. Take a look here. This one up to about 8 miles east of Barry now with a tornado on it, debris ball. Jeff is in Birmingham, but coming toward Jeff, we have a tornado reported with this one near Gina. That's near the Union area. That one is about 20 minutes away from Tuscaloosa, so that means then that it's less than an hour away from Birmingham, Alabama. Dangerous storms there. Now up farther to the northwest, in Alabama, we have also a tornado that's in progress about northwest of Huntsville, about 9 miles northwest of Huntsville in the area of around French Mill. There's a tornado being reported. Again, you see one of these lavender debris ball, a definite tornado there. That ultimately will go to Huntland over in Tennessee. Now, I also wanted to slide a little bit farther off to the northeast corner of Alabama, because there you see this is the remnant of the Coleman storm still heading toward the Trenton area. That is going to slide ever so far close to the Chattanooga area. Some of the hail may get into Chattanooga, and that's where we have Chris Warren. So Jeff, the storms are taking aim pretty close to you guys out in the field. Stay safe, Jeff.
Now, Greg, I know you've been doing this for a long, long time. You were a professor of mine back at Penn State. Aside from the '74 super outbreak, I mean, have you ever seen the atmosphere quite this volatile? This is pretty special.
Yeah, this is really, really very bad. And I was just saying, Jeff, that I think we're going to get so many tornadoes today that this is probably going to push the month of April to an all-time record for any month. That certainly is not a good thing to have happen. We may have enough tornadoes today that we threaten the super outbreak, 148 tornadoes and 24-hour record. Speaking of Chattanooga and Chris Warren, let's go to him now with a storm headed his way.
Well, Dr. Forbes, I can tell you right now the rain is really coming down. It has been for a while. We're about to seek some shelter because the lightning is starting to come in over us. We've been hearing the thunder off in the distance, but now we're starting to see more and more of the lightning closer and closer to us. And the birds are starting to scatter around here in Chattanooga, looking off into the distance. And once again, we're talking about we look in the distance for the hills. We can no longer see the hills off in the distance. And now this lightning is getting really close. So there's a tornado warning for this area, and we're going to go ahead here and pack it up and go find some shelter and let this get through, because once again the lightning seems like it is getting really close to us and a little too close for comfort. So we want to make sure, Forbes, we set a good example, and as we do, will you let us know kind of what you're seeing with the storm?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely the heavy rain, maybe some hail coming your way, and of course, lightning is a big threat. Let's take a look. This is the same storm that caused the damage in Coleman, Alabama. He's in Chattanooga, the hail heading his way, the tornado heading toward Chickamauga and Fort Oglethorpe just down to his south. So very, very dangerous storm, just one of dozens of tornadoes that have been confirmed. I've never seen on any one day so many debris balls. I think I've seen more today, the signatures of tornadoes casting up debris, than I have in the entirety of my career here at the Weather Channel. Please stay safe, everyone. We'll be right back after these messages.
Niagara Falls, the ultimate torture test for a deck. The ultimate protection, Thompson's Water Seal.
Turn the water off? Sure, but who do we call? When fire or water damage strikes, call the cleanup team insurance agents recommend.
radar. Most of those storms are well to the east, Tennessee, but you can see the damage has been done well to the east of the Memphis area anyway. But a lot of damage has already been done in Memphis, and those storms now in eastern Tennessee and down across northern Alabama.
What a day this is. We are in the midst of possibly an historic tornado outbreak. Let's bring in our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, meteorologist Carl Parker. Guys, tell me the latest now on where we're seeing possibly tornadic storms.
Guys, we just got a report of a large wedge tornado heading for Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We're going to take a look at that on radar in just a moment. And Greg, we've been talking about the fact that this is going to end up being one of the worst tornado outbreaks in history.
Yeah, certainly in terms of largeness, let's hope that it doesn't wind up being very deadly, but certainly the kind of tornadoes we're getting today, these long-tracked, violent tornadoes, we need people to be seeking shelter as soon as they get the warning, because the storms are moving 50, 55, even faster miles per hour. We've given a torcon today, the first time in the history of the Tornado Condition Index, of a 10 for northern parts of Alabama. It's pretty much guaranteed there's going to be a tornado within 50 miles of you if you're in the northern half of the state. In fact, there already have been, at this point, tornadoes within 50 miles of most locations.
And Greg, the key to all of this is the fact that we've got such wind in the upper atmosphere, yes?
Yeah, we have pretty strong low-level winds and then a very fast jet stream aloft. Upper low is fanning that off because of the counterclockwise winds around that low. Jet stream just blasts in. It's well over 100 miles per hour up the altitude where the jet aircraft fly, and it's tapping a lot of warm, moist air. And it fans apart. It's just not a straight jet stream. It pulls apart. If you do that in top of the bath water, you'll have water rise, and you do that in the atmosphere up aloft, and air rises, and that's triggering these green top thunderstorms that are just blasting their way east. You combine those triggering ingredients with the low-level forcing, you can see the thunderstorms just exploding here in the warm, moist air feeding in off the Gulf of Mexico. And as a consequence, we're seeing some of the storms that you're seeing here on the radar. Graphics 15, we have a tornado being reported here. This is in the area Cordova. Big tornado heading off toward the north and east across the areas north of the Huntsville area. Then we have tornado emergencies for some of the other areas. There's been a large tornado reported heading toward the Tuscaloosa area, a wedge tornado. It's near Mantua, should be within 10 to 15 miles now of the Tuscaloosa area. And a debris ball just south of Jasper heading toward the Summerton area of Alabama, northwest of Birmingham. So dangerous, dangerous storms in several lines out there, Carl.
A couple of tornado emergencies right now for Walker and Fayette counties and also for Lincoln and Madison counties. Folks, please, please take these warnings very seriously. This is one of those days when we've got some serious damage going on.
Yeah, stay safe, everybody.
Back to you guys.
All right, appreciate the update, guys. Man, just what an evening this is turning out to be. Tornado warnings abound.
Of course, we have our experts at the expert desk, and we have live team coverage scattered out across the South. We also have our very own Mark Elliott in the Digital Media Center with more on tweets and other social media outlets that he's been getting new information. Mark.
Yeah, Vivian, lots of people talking about the tornadoes rolling through Alabama right now, and I wanted to show you even more images that we're getting into the Weather Channel, basically up to the second. Let me show you this first one. This is from Gramps Goodies. This is from Alabama, looking across the street. That's a Sonic, and apparently this user's pictures, his daughter's house is right behind that Sonic, right where the tornado was rolling on through. We've also seen some large hail being reported. This is from Twitter user Ronnie Dupree. This is from Mississippi, Nettleton, Mississippi, and that hail will definitely leave its mark across the area. We're starting to get pictures of damage too. This is from Big Head Chuck in the Coleman area. This is the First Baptist Church. You can see the entire wall is gone, and all of these windows are indeed blown out. And finally, I want to show you this damage as well. This one is out of Jasper, Alabama, and we've even had reports of damage through Chattanooga from storms this morning, and more storms are still headed in that direction. It's a busy evening here at the Weather Channel. Back to you guys.
Oh, yes, it is. Thanks very much, Mark.
I'm afraid we're going to be hearing more from Coleman, Alabama as far as damage, and damage reports continue to come in from many areas across Alabama and Tennessee. We have particularly